Hi everybody, Kaya, Mera, and Kanoki here with Haryatma Birth, and this is a Moms at Home video blog. I've promised you guys in my pregnancy yoga classes this week that I would send you a little bit of wisdom on what to do to help you in your recovery phase postpartum. We've heard, and it is definitely true, that you want to wait 4 to 6 weeks, actually 6 to 8 weeks, in starting any type of a rigorous exercise regimen. And for some moms, you may even want to wait longer than that. So definitely listen to your body and trust those instincts. If you're feeling like you're getting back too soon and you're feeling those whispers from your body that it's too fast. What we are going to do today is really just work with your breath. And so this is a good thing to start maybe week 2 after delivery. There's different ways that our babies enter the world. Sometimes they come vaginally, sometimes they come out through the belly. And so we're honoring and working with, in this simple practice, all births, all ways. And the first posture, the simplest posture, you'll never believe it, is just lying on your back. Lying on your back in Shavasana. For this exercise that we're going to do, I suggest you get a blanket or pillow, pull out your yoga mat, find a comfortable space in your home, and join in. Get yourself situated and come lying on your back. If you have a block, bring your block nearby. If you don't have a block, grab a really thick telephone book or a really thick book, and we'll use that as our block. Otherwise, you're going to lie flat on your back, and you might feel a little bit of tenderness in your sacrum. Sometimes we feel tenderness in the sacrum and the hips after we've had our babies. If you feel tenderness lying on your back flat, then you might prop under your knees your pillows or your blankets to give yourself a little more freedom and a little more connection through the sacrum. That little bit of a lift helps to tilt the hips in a way that causes less discomfort if you're tender in that area. Be sure that your feet are grounded. You just have your knees, the backs of your knees lifted with the blanket. Your feet are not floating. They are grounded onto the earth. And your legs are loose. So even though you've got this blanket under your knees, or even though your legs are flat, they're not stiff and straight out. They're just falling out to the sides, like you're just letting yourself melt down into the earth. Your hands are palms up, and your hands are apart like wings, like you're laying down, getting yourself ready to do a snow angel. And I want you to allow gravity to really support and allow your belly to sink down towards your spine. In this position, the reason why it's a fantastic position to start with postpartum is because gravity is your friend in this pose, and it really does encourage those organs to reorganize themselves and reabsorb themselves into their correct position in your body. Along with that, we're going to do a little bit of visualization. So I want you to start breathing. I want you to feel the texture of your breath and take an inhale in and take that breath down to your belly, all the way down through to your feet. I want you to feel your breath. And then exhale, let that breath flow smoothly out. And notice if you're feeling any hiccups in the inhale or hiccups in the exhale. Really feel the texture and try to smooth out and elongate and let that breath, inhalation and exhalation, feel like a flow. And it may take you a few rounds to get to that space, but I want you to really play around with that. And then, along with this breath, this connection to this texture of your breath, I want you to start to see visually some things happening. I want you to see your rectus abdominis, those two sheets of muscles. I want you to see them drawing in, drawing together, drawing towards each other. And I want you to then feel the wrap of your transverse abdominis, the muscles that wrap from the lower abdominals and connect around the sides and all the way down to the back of your body. I want you to feel that deeper layer of abdominal muscle. Feel it engage. Feel it wake up. Start to tell your body to let your brain know that it's time to start to lift, to engage, to support. Baby is not here anymore. We have this void here. There's this space. And in this space, we need to fill it again by reintegrating. We don't want to keep that space. We don't want to keep that opening. So we're actually communicating with the brain in this breathing, in this visualization, to let the body know it's time. We can come back together. We can engage. We do not have baby here that we've got to be around. And so keep that visualization, and then bring your hands up to your ribs. And I want you to hug your ribs in. Take your hands, thumbs in back, forefingers in front. Wrap them up to your top ribs, right under your breastbone, and squeeze in. And then add that breath in and that breath out. And if you're familiar with and used to doing an Ujjayi breath, the breath that goes down the back of the throat, see if you can go in on an Ujjayi breath and go out on an Ujjayi breath. And then start to soften your face, your brow, your shoulders, your neck. And let yourself melt a little bit deeper into your mat, into the earth, and feel that support of the earth beneath your back. And if your baby is with you and on top of you, then maybe you aren't able to hug those hands in. Instead, hug your baby in. And if you have your baby lying beside you, then take advantage of those hands being free and let your baby see and feel what it feels like to have this long yogic breath. And then after you've done that for a few rounds, then I want you to change the breath into a segmented breath, and we're going to move the hands down to the belly. And I want you to be sensitive to any tenderness. If you've had your baby come out through belly and you have some tenderness here still at your incision, then you want to be really gentle, just light touch here. And I just want you to rub your belly, and I want you to just feel your belly without your baby. It's going to feel a little bit new, a little bit weird, and maybe even a little bit scary. But I want you to stay here and contain this and breathe into this space. And we're going to do a special breath. The breath is called a segmented breath, and it's broken into 4 parts. So we're going to break this breath into a 4-part inhale and a 4-part exhale. And then we're going to add a pelvic lift, a Kegel exercise, a root lock at the very end of that lift that we're going to engage and build some heat with in our core. So let's inhale 4 parts. Exhale 4 parts. Hold that breath out. Really hollow the navel back towards the spine. Hollow out through your belly. Feel and visualize this core sitting action happening from the top of your ribs all the way down, deep down into your pelvic floor. And add that Kegel, lift the vaginal floor up, the perineum up. And with that lift, so does the pelvic floor, the lower abdominals lift, and with that, the transverse abdominis, those deeper layers of abdominal muscles, all that lift. And you're holding this exhale for just as long as you can without tension before you inhale again in 4 parts. Each time you exhale, I want you to hold and engage even more, layer after layer after layer. And you might only do this for 2 rounds initially, and then you might make your way up to 3 rounds, and then to 5, and then to 10. You're going to start to feel some heat building in your core. So this is a good thing to work on about 2 weeks postpartum, and you'll slowly build, and you'll know where you are. You'll know if you've got it in you to do 1 round, if you've got it in you to do 2 rounds. The moment it starts to feel a little bit nauseous or intense, back off and go back to that slow, long, deep, rhythmic breath, and just move into that visualization and really accept and honor the natural process that your body needs to go to gather all those fibers back together from carrying your baby. Let this be a beautiful, gentle, nurturing moment for yourself, where you're not beating yourself up, you're not feeling that I'm fat feeling that we all get after we've had our babies and we still look pregnant. You are really embracing and seeing and knowing that your body is going to come back to the place that it organically should be, which may be a little different than how we remembered it. So we're not going to try to go back to the way we were. Instead, we're going to try to be in our best, most healthy, most vibrant, most energized, most beautiful space of where we are. And with that, I'm going to leave you to continue on your own a few more rounds, or to stop here with me. Look out for special workshops that I have coming up where I'm going to be really focusing on this type of work and sharing with you more and more yoga exercises and breathing and techniques to get you re-engaged in a positive way, mentally and physically, to your post-baby body. The name of these workshops I'm really excited to do and will be announcing soon are post-baby body shops. So look out for this from Moms at Home, Kea Mera Nkanoki, Hariyatma Birth, hariyatma.com. Peace and blessings.